Hey, you guys, and welcome to American Culture. It is currently 4:44 a.m. I was like, well, let me go ahead, push the button at that time, one of those. With that being said, we're going to talk today. This is episode, I think, 3, about the difference between hope and faith. You see, when we're on this journey of life, especially when we're in the process of submitting ourselves to the Lord completely, uh, you can lose a little hope, but it's oftentimes because you think hope is a flimsy thing. It's like a whimsy attached to you. It's not. It's a real biblical concept. It means to the things that you're assured of, the assured of ending. That's what you have hope for. And it goes back to Romans, I think it's 8:18, where it says, "For God does all things for the good of those who love Him," which is that assured ending of this being good should be what you have hope for. And there are times where, and there are other verses that support this, you guys. I'll have to Google it and make another video about it one day. But God will tell you about future things that are going to take place. And I had that happen yesterday. I told you guys I've been on like a little bit of a journey getting rid of weed, and I stopped smoking last year. I left my little medical marijuana card behind, the whole 9 yards, but the craving was still kind of there. And even when I went to St. Thomas, it's legal there. I'm not gonna lie, I went and had a, and that really helped me out a little bit just to expand my mind and it made me realize what weed was for. It's never been this everyday, all day thing that you're supposed to be doing. It is kind of like a experience to have with your higher consciousness. However, it's not one that I need to have, and I needed to be gone. And God had always given, He had always given me the end. He said, Alicia, it'll come to a point where you have had a little bit of weed for a very long time without smoking it, and then one day you would, and that would be it. And I always thought that I needed to have had something in the house or whatever, and that just never did, because if I would buy it, then I would use it. So I could never really get to that point. But yesterday, you guys, I had full surrender moment. This is the reason why I'm up at 4 o'clock making this video now, because God told me to. But I had a full surrender moment. God, I am in your hands. You tell me what to do, and I'm going to go ahead and do it. And it finally hit me. God had told me that I was moving, but I'm not acting like I'm moving. And if I'm going to act on faith, then I need to hear, Alicia, you're moving, and you're moving away from all this, throw it all away and get to doing it. So I did. You guys, I went into, the different drawers and stuff, drawers that I didn't really open because they were like junk drawers, and I started to clean them out. And guess what was in there? One little nugget of weed. Finally, the what God had said, it's going to have been there for a while. You're not going to have smoked it, and it suddenly hit me. I said, wait a minute. You mean to tell me God has orchestrated this down to the very detail? I've always told you guys, it's not about, oh, somebody's trying to steal your destiny, you're being delayed, all this other stuff. No, you got to focus on one way about going. That's why they say that the way is narrow. You could go down, okay, Jesus has got me, or you can go get sidetracked by all this other stuff to decide that now it's destiny swapping, whatever else. No, you're delaying yourself because there are certain steps that need to be taken on this divine plan God has already orchestrated. And one of them was me throwing away everything that I wouldn't take with me to a foreign country. And when I did that, here's I found this little nugget. And like I said, you guys, I had been to a point where I had searched this entire house. You know how it is when you're quitting, like last year. I had searched high and low, trust me. There wasn't no any of that anywhere in here. Obviously it was because it was in the drawer, but I didn't see it. But that was God or his orchestration. And suddenly it hit me. I had all the hope again. Your girl had made it to the end because the Lord said, when that happened, this part of your life was over. And so it was already there. He was already setting it up for me. He had already gone ahead of me. And that's why I just kind of relaxed into it. My hope was renewed. God had told me he was paying the rent. He's going to do that. I don't see myself getting evicted. I don't see myself, out on the streets creating all these problems, because it's like in the natural, this looks ridiculous. Why not just pay these people their money and go on about your business? And I even asked God, aren't I supposed to do that? He said, yeah, but it's not your money. It's mine. And God delivers at the 11th hour as usual. And that's today. So my hope has been renewed because God has definitely allowed me to see the end of things. I knew that And part of the reason why I wanted to get rid of that substance use was because I understood that a drastically different person was on the other side of that. But it wasn't until yesterday that I realized it wasn't under my power that I was supposed to be doing all this stuff. It was under God's power. I've literally been like fighting against the Lord for no reason. He has given me hope. He has ensured me of certain endings. He has told me that certain things are going to be good. He has even let me know that if I just step foot in Dubai, I'm fine. And it took me how many years? 3, 4 years to finally understand that I couldn't go back over there with the intention of leaving. And now he's set it up to where I'm seeing him set it up to where I don't have to do that. And so as opposed to fighting my life, I'm going to go with the flow of my life. That's why I'm up at 4 something, almost 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:55 on the clock as I say that. um, Making this video is because I am now walking in faith towards the things that I hope for. And I had lost that hope because I had lost sight of the of the confirmation breath. I had lost sight of the good things that God had in store for me, uh, mainly because I had forgotten completely about His Majesty and how He has done all of this, and I am just walking. So now, yeah, today I stay here completely submitted, completely substance free, up at 4 o'clock in the morning, painting, making videos, living that life for God, giving Him these first fruits, you guys. That's what this is. The first fruits is really a thought process, but that's a different story for another day. A lot of people think that it's money, it's currency, it's not the same. But yeah, this is what He wants. He wants you to get up and give to Him what He needs, and He will take care of the rest. So yeah, that's what I'm about to do. I got a painting to work on here. I'm still working on it now. I'll post a little bit of that short. And yeah, you guys, I'll talk to you after I get home from my human job. Have a blessed day, friends.